Before we get into today's episode, if you want a bonus podcast episode per week, that's 4 extra a month, plus access to my private Instagram where I post never-before-seen videos, bloopers, deleted scenes. I go live Q&As with my fans, and a portion of it goes to charity. Go to TreyKennedy.com/DLG and become a Do Less guest. TreyKennedy.com/DLG. Now on to the celebrate good times. 50 episodes of correct opinions.
Woo!
Thank you. Did you like that intro?
It's beautiful.
Does my singing ever get old?
No comment?
Okay, Katie's here. She's my wife. Oh, we love it. We love it. But a special guest for episode 50. Never had a guest on the show. So I thought, what better guest and what better way to celebrate 50 than to have you on? So
sweet.
You're also just right there. So it's like
didn't really have to go far.
Will Smith could have come, but
just like ask the person who sleeps next to you.
Yep. Katie, thank you for being on the show and also marrying me. We're doing 50 episodes of Correct Opinions. Do you enjoy the show yourself?
I do.
Thank you.
I can't say I've listened to all of them, but most.
Okay. What? You used to listen to them, but then you fell behind, huh?
Yeah, I fell behind. But they're really good.
Okay.
I've had a car trips recently.
Thank you. So this will be fun. We're going to have your typical episode, but with Katie's going to join us. We'll just tell a little about her and us, but not that much because I don't want to do that. And then we'll have some fun segments.
I'm not that interesting.
And yeah, it's going to be great. Roll music. Correct opinions. Correct opinions. Okay, Katie, thank you again for joining. Thank you for everyone for listening. 50 episodes. It's a fun milestone. I've been doing it here in my home. If you've watched the whole journey or listened, those watching, we're also on YouTube, and this is also on Facebook. So you're
widespread.
Yeah. And if you are only listening, she is a grown adult woman. I know that's a very tender, childish voice, but she is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try.
She is in her late 20s. How does that feel?
What?
How does your being in your late 20s feel? Feel good?
I mean, wonderful. I mean, no one can tell that I'm in my late 20s, right?
I don't what if half this episode is us just fighting? It'd be fun. Yeah, it's kind of like a tornado. Because I grew up in Oklahoma. You see, like, oh, that's a wall cloud over there. I can kind of. There's times I'm like, that's a wall cloud, and I say it. I'm like, I'll give it a few hours. We'll begin.
He does say that.
But it's few and far between.
It is. It is.
Okay, tell us about yourself. That's a weird question.
Do I start with birth?
Okay. Well, how about this? I talk about a lot of... I like to do triggered statements. Or triggered segments. I can't even talk. You familiar?
Mm-hmm. Triggered.
So what do I do that triggers you? Can you answer that?
Yeah. He has this weird habit. As you can see, his hands are near his face right now. Or if you can't see, he picks his beard
okay
all the time.
I feel like I've gotten better.
You have gotten better.
I know. I watch back the podcast sometimes and then I stop watching because I feel like the whole time I'm like doing this.
Very fidgety. But to be honest, I'm the same way, and we both have our guilty things, so we just call each other out. But that does get on my nerves.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing for the public. I'm just kidding.
Is that it? That's pretty good.
Yeah, ask me later.
Okay. Yeah, you constantly you twirl your hair and it makes you look, it looks like it cuts your IQ in half. Mm. You start to do this and then it's like, I'm like, what are you doing?
Fun fact, when I was a baby.
And if you chew gum while you do it, it's like,
I pulled...
that girl that didn't graduate.
Well, I did.
Okay, that's good to know.
Great
High
degree.
School graduate and college grad.
Yes,
good job.
I do. Fun fact, though, when I was a baby, I twirled my hair so much that I pulled a bald spot in my head.
Oh, really?
Because I didn't know. Like, when you're a baby, you don't know that you are...
I know. When I was a baby, I didn't know so many things.
Right. I didn't know I was pulling my hair out.
I know. You don't know how to read.
a lot of things you don't know. That was one of them.
Were you upset about being bald? Babies don't even know.
I didn't know. My mom was upset that I was bald.
Babies suck. If our future kids, I don't know if I want to be around them that much till they're like 3.
You don't have a choice.
Have you heard? Was it you who was saying this? That, like newborns will naturally look more like their father, and then they'll change just so the dad will like have some way to be interested in them.
I don't know if it's scientific. Yes, I heard it.
Oh, you don't know if it's scientific? You just made it up.
I didn't make it up. Someone else might have made it up. I've seen at least 8 babies
look like their dad.
So yeah, they say that so that the dad feels like more attached because the mom is attached because the baby isn't growing in her body.
Oh, I think I've talked about this on Correct Opinions, and I know you have opinions on this. How we've seen a lot of couples who either side, the groom looks just like the bride's dad, the bride looks like the groom's mom. Do I look like your dad?
I don't think so.
Does that make you feel good? Like, are you happy about that?
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't. I mean, I feel like that gets a little weird.
So, am I ugly or your dad? Hey! You think you get weird?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to like look at you and think that. I don't want to look at you and think, oh, you look just like my dad.
You think that's what those couples are thinking all the time?
Maybe there's more to the story.
Just marry a guy, like a married Kevin. They're like, Kevin.
Yeah.
Could you help me?
Yeah. I'm very observant of that, though. I really do notice that.
I've called you my sister's name quite a bit. Does that upset you? Does that concern you?
No, if it was another girl, yes. Your sister, it's fine.
Yeah, that's probably.
And it's also Casey. Casey, Katie, it's close. But, like, try not to.
Okay. You pull the mic towards you. I mean, you're such a soft speaker.
I'm so sorry.
You're such a gentle heart and speaker and spirit.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, I think that's enough for everyone. You're fine. You can talk normally now. I turned it up. Okay, so this is probably what everyone wants to know. How do we meet? I've never talked about this ever. But partly because I'm embarrassed, partly because I don't need to. But so it was the Cameo app where you can book personalized shout outs, and you booked me, and you're like, Trey, I'm Katie, I'm your biggest fan. Could you please say like, Katie, I'm your biggest fan. I heard you have a crush on me. Let's go out sometime. And then that's how.
Wow, is that what you tell people?
Yeah, she booked me on Cameo, man. She got my attention with money.
I did not know who he was. No. Nope.
Okay, you don't have to say it like that. But
sorry.
Yeah, no one. Did any of your friends know who I was? We started dating.
People
said
your
friends cool? Answers should be the same to both.
Well, no. Some people did. They were like, "Oh yeah, I know who that guy is."
Okay.
But I didn't.
Like, he's a great guy.
We thought we had a mutual friend. We thought it was like a friend of a friend of a friend, and I mean, kind of. But it turns out that friend of a friend of a friend actually didn't know you or something. So
yeah, you had. So it was Instagram.
Yeah, we met on Instagram. Very millennial of us.
But it's not like that. It was very random. I don't know. I think I just say we were both like 26, 27 Southerners, Christians who were single. So it was like, my parents were about to disown me. I was like, desperate times, desperate measures. That's why I was just swinging left and right.
Oh.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks.
Oh, I just happened to be.
You got spaghetti arms. So it all makes sense.
Excuse you.
Is that a compliment? Do girls don't want to hear that? You look
like floppy spaghetti.
No. Your arms and legs look like pasta because you're so thin. That doesn't flatter you?
No.
Okay. Well, that's what this is learning. Marriage is learning. And getting better.
It is.
But that is how it was. It was truly random, and then you lived in Atlanta at the time.
I did. I
did not live anywhere near Atlanta. I was there for who knows what. And so I was like, you know what? We should exchange a few words. Similar to your Bumbles or your Tinders. A few conversations. I said, hey, let's grab dinner. And it was so romantic.
It was love at first sight.
It really was.
So much so he asked, well, what am I doing here?
What?
It's very romantic. When we first met up, you were like, okay, I'm here with you. All right.
You're not explaining this well.
He got in my car. We later.
Well, I say that with love.
Okay. Yeah, he got in my car and I was driving him before we were going to go to an Uber, and he was like, okay, well, now I'm here in Atlanta. Okay, I'm here with you.
Well, yeah, I felt very strange that I
met up with a random person in another city.
Yeah, I guess in another city. Part of me was like, oh, this will be fun and adventurous, and like, you never know. Which, I guess you never know. Here we are. But when it happened, I was like, I'm a crazy person.
We both decided that if it did not work out, we needed to check ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Like if it didn't work out.
That was the rock bottom of my dating, was our first date. But the end was the highest of highs.
That was not.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
Not rock bottom. No, sir.
That's the way you were kind of saying it.
No.
It was just like. I remember a lady at church told me when I was 24. She said, if you don't hurry up and get married, your only option will be divorce woman. When I was 24. So that's kind of the vibe I had. But I didn't let that affect me because I was not married when I was 24.
He was not desperate at all when he met me. It sounds like not at all.
Well, that's fun. We told that story. And then when we first dated, it's funny because I wanted to ask you this. I almost forgot, and I'm glad I remembered. We've known each other 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of our relationship, when people, of course, like, oh, you have a boyfriend. What does he do? How'd you answer that at the beginning, middle, and now?
Yeah, it's been a journey trying to figure that one out. The beginning, I think I was using the word influencer because 2.5 years ago that was like kind of newer,
really cool to be.
Yeah,
that would impress your grandparents.
My grandparents did not.
That would impress your parents.
My grandparents thought that you didn't have a job.
Is either influencer or neurosurgeon. So we always wanted influencer or neurosurgeon. That's what your parents always said. One of those two. It's kind of the dream for the son-in-law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my parents did not know what an influencer was, but they do now. They do now. Yeah, I kind of went with that, but then, for kind of the older generation, I realized that was not going to land at all. So there was a time where I was saying that you were, or people who I don't really want to have a further conversation with, I would say that you were in like
people I don't social have to media. He has a job. Yeah.
I would say you were in like social media advertising.
Just advertising my opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was a good, like, people didn't really ask me questions.
I mean, that's what I did for years. I was so embarrassed. I mean,
not that I wasn't proud of you. It just was confusing.
But I was taking off for college. I'm like 21, and this time I'm just like making vines and stuff. And it's no one, even people our age, have no idea what's happening. So, people like my parents' friends, they're 50, and like, so every kid, what does every senior in college get asked? What do you got a job lined up? Or I'm like, well, I'm actually gonna, the real answer was, well, I don't know. I'm gonna get an apartment and keep dressing up as girls or / screaming at the top of my lungs or doing little jigs and try to make a living. But I would say like, yeah, I'm gonna try to further my social media career, and I've got I work with some companies, some Fortune 500 companies to make marketing. It's ridiculous. Okay, so that's what you said at the start. Did it evolve at all?
Yes. And yeah, I definitely had different answers for different types of people. But now I think I just say you're a comedian.
Right. So 100% of the time?
I think if it's still someone who I like am not trying to have a very long conversation with, or I'm trying to like focus the conversation more so like on me, then I would say that. Okay.
I don't really talk about him.
No. Just like, I don't know, in a workplace environment or something.
But I feel like even within 3 or 4 months ago, you'd be like, yo, today someone asked me what you do. And I said, YouTuber. Yeah. And that confused them. And today as a comedian, they're like, so like, is he on Comedy Central? And you're like, no, I mean, so he makes videos and he had a podcast.
I had a phase where I said like, yeah, he makes funny videos online, but then that just...
Or you told someone, like, he's a comedian, and some lady was like, oh, honey.
Oh, yeah.
That is brutal. He'll never be home. He doesn't make any money. And you're like, well, he actually never leaves the home. It's kind of the problem, but...
Yeah, I've gotten some interesting responses, but everyone's very interested. And then once they find out who you are, and then... Actually, it's sometimes a really good tactic if I'm, like, trying to waste time or something. I just be like, watch these videos. They're really good.
Mm. Oh, yeah, you said someone, like, watched in front of you.
Yeah.
Is that awkward?
No.
Yeah. I don't love when that happens, but it's less awkward now. I used to hate it back in the day, which is proof that I was not proud of what I was making, so I tried to correct that.
I'm very proud of it.
Oh. No, back in the day, I used to make... Have you ever seen my old Vines?
I've seen some of them.
That could be worth doing really quick. Let's react to one. I know one exists that...
I'm pretty sure I did it
honestly, if, like, this is a Vine that, like, when our kids are 8, they'll be like, look at your dad when he was 20. And I'll be like, yeah, you're just going to get bullied for that little...
I think I did a deep stalking dive when we first started dating, so...
Okay. Wait, what was it called? It was like...
I mean, you were a stranger, so I had to just pull from whatever I could.
Oh, I've talked about this on the podcast a lot. The internet thinks I'm tiny. So Katie's 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, this was funny. I'm
so
5'10" and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the internet says I'm 5'7"
no,
everywhere.
No, it says 5'8".
And you're 5'10" and a half.
Yes.
And we all know, girls, you would have rather taken home a 6'3" convicted felon than a 5'8" nice young man, which I feel like I am, except I'm not 5'8".
Maybe he changed
his
life. Which
is fine. I don't care if I'm 5'8". So, yeah, that I remember you straight up asked me. I was like,
well, it was before we were about to meet in person, and so, you know, I don't want people to waste their time, so I just was like, hey, by the way, before we, like, meet in person, I'm a little over 5'10". Is that a problem? Is how I phrased it.
Did you purposely wear, like, really flat shoes?
I mean, I just wore flats.
But did you think about it?
I wouldn't wear heels on a first date anyways.
I've never told you. It's here on the podcast. It's funny. I don't know if I kind of did like a similar deal off one of the apps or something. Met a girl online who you could kind of tell in the photos was tall. I was like, oh, she's tall. But then I think it was a deal. Oh, she like played some kind of sport. So like there were stats online and her height said 6'1". I'm maybe 6'1". But I was like, well, athletes, they always
round up.
And so I picked my sneakers that had the biggest heel on purpose. And I mean, that didn't work out. She was every bit of 6'1". It was.
Did you wear your high heels for me?
Wait, high heels? No, because you said 5'10". I believe that. I'm like, I know I can. It's fine. And also, that was like 6 years ago, and I feel like I'm more secure now. I don't really. You could be 6'4". I don't care. Hey, give me little Tommy. He's gonna be 6'8", dunking on people.
Oh, will he?
Well, he won't because you're not 6'4".
Yeah.
So thanks a lot.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't be together. There's a whole lot more there.
Sure.
Oh.
If you were 6'4", if you were 6, even 6'4" girls have to date guys who are taller. I mean, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Most every 6'4", if I've ever seen a 6'4" girl with a guy, he's like taller than 6'4". That's amazing. How do women even pull that off? Where are you hunting down? I've never even met a 6'7" guy.
Where there's a lot of.
Is there like an app for tall people you were on? You have to know somebody? I mean, it wouldn't shock me. Okay, I think everyone's favorite segment on Correct Opinions that he could get a kick out of. Crazy white baby names. So, because obviously, I've put us in a little bit of a bind where our kids' names cannot be creative, which true. I'm happy with. But I don't know if honest answer, if you weren't married to me and some other putz married you, some 6'4" guy, would you have wanted to maybe journey out to like a creative name? I feel like you would have.
No, I don't know.
You would have done something crazy.
I would not have done something crazy.
You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. And that's what I've always gotten comments over the years when I'm roasting all these things. Like, just wait till you get a girl, Trey, and you'll be doing a hot air balloon gender reveal. Like, no. Would you do? No.
No.
You're not extra.
No. I don't want that.
So what What's like have you even thought of a name? You threw out,
We can't tell them our baby names.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like bad luck?
Yeah, you can't.
Well, we've never even talked about it. Do you have some ready that you've never...
Well, sometimes you just have to brainstorm.
You want to name a brainstorm?
Yeah, brainstorm. First name brain, middle name storm.
Yeah, that's...
pretty cool.
My whole life I had the same old big wireless company. First, like, my dad paid for it as a kid. So I was just like, okay, thanks, Dad. And then when I got my own, I just did the same thing because, I don't know, it works. But did you know there's better options? That's right. Mint Mobile. You can get the same coverage, same premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's right. Save hundreds of dollars by switching to Mint Mobile. For anyone out there who's looking to save without sacrificing service, is the perfect plan for you. Every plan comes with unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus crazy fast 4G LTE. You can use your own phone with Mint Mobile plan. Keep your same phone number along with your contacts. We ain't trying to lose those contacts. Come on, the honey dip you met at the bar. Mint Mobile. Okay. If you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. So switch to Mint Mobile. Get premium wireless for 15 buckaroos a month. And I got an offer for y'all always to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free. Go to mintmobile.com/Trey. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Trey. Once again, that's mintmobile.com/Trey. Y'all, a lot of kids aren't going back to school, huh? That's what they're saying. They're just doing the online thing. Shout out to the parents. Thoughts and prayers and the kids. But listen, kids are actually missing school. Believe it or not. And right now, as we head more into the fall, we need something to help entertain the kiddos more than ever. Well, listen close if you know a kid learning at home. Because this company, KiwiCo, can deliver a science fair or an art class right to your front door. I was even surprised how much fun it was as an adult. We had this one they sent me. It's this project. You put together little cars, and then with a balloon, they put a balloon on top. You blow it up, blows air at the front, at the back, it goes forward. Physics, baby. Kids got into it. I had some kids down the street I gave it to. I heard they had a blast with it. It's really creative and fun, and it's right to your door. Your child can get super cool hands-on science and arts projects every month. What kid doesn't love to get mail? You know what I mean? There are different crates for kids of all ages, so there's something for every kid on your list. And there's no commitment, so you can pause or cancel any time. KiwiCo does the legwork for you, so you can spend quality time tackling projects together at home. So relax, parents, and get on KiwiCo. I got an offer for y'all as always. KiwiCo is redefining play with hands-on projects. They build confidence, creativity, and critical thinking skills. There's something for every kid or kid at heart. Get your first month free on select crates at kiwico.com/Trey. That's KIWICO.com/Trey. First month free. Once again, at kiwico.com/Trey. I've got some more submissions here. Thank you guys, as always. You can always email me, correctopinions@treykennedy.com, or hit the Instagram at correct.opinions. Please go follow that. Thank you. You can also comment below on the YouTube video of this. So many ways. You can even text Casey, her number. I'm kidding. Do you have my number memorized? Don't say it, but can you think of it? This has been a 2-year deal. She still doesn't know it. One day, you're going to be out in a ditch, and the only thing you need to do is there'll be one guy, like, can I use your phone? And you won't remember it.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yes, I will. I work very well under pressure.
Do you think, okay, let's hear it. What's a name? What's like a kind of creative name you might consider? Do you feel like you will like a name and all that I won't approve because I've gone so far down the crazy white baby name trail?
No, the names I like are a little more traditional. They're kind of just, I don't know. I like some of the names that we're pulling back from like maybe our grandparents' generation that are like different than what kids are named now, but they're still just a name.
Like Willibald.
Yeah, just like Willibald.
Gretel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like Gretel.
Gretel
K.
Gretel.
It's like a rough and tough. That's a 6'4" girl right there.
Yeah.
That's what I
don't really,
something to think about.
We'll talk about it
but we have
later.
a few here people turned in that I want to kind of get your take on as well. Thank you. Someone sent this name in. She said, an acquaintance of mine, friend of a friend. So that's good to know. I'm glad you told me this. I'll never say y'all's names because who knows. But this is a Instagram post saying, our baby Aurelian Cillian Slocum was born on August 4th. We already love him so much. Him. Aurelian.
Can I see that spelling?
Let me do a pronunciation. Aurelian. So this is what white people do. I've talked about, you guys know this. So, and then it goes on to say that Aurelian means golden in Latin. And these people wouldn't know a word of Latin if it slapped them in their Aurelian face.
You know, a lot of times we have to take Latin. No, this is not
what correct opinions is. Oh. We make an opinion and we stick with it. We're not. See, this is what she does in life. You can't come on Correct Opinions and do this.
Oh.
This is what she did. No, I make fun of something. She goes, well, let's put ourselves in their shoes. You know, we don't know. This would not make very good podcast if you did that.
Well, it makes for people liking me more than you.
You weren't even trying to do that. That was really your real life answer.
It was.
I mean, we don't know that, Trey. We don't know that. People, hey, listen, I took a Latin class
in middle school and then...
No. I guarantee these people don't know Latin.
But I will say that
Aurelian... Does it... Okay. Here's the pronunciation.
Aurelian
Cillian Slocum. That's... See, this is kind of like what I think about when I drip. We know that.
Oh.
That's one of the things that attracted you to me, probably. And if I'm wearing a basic tee, I'll have a little more flash on the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got a little more wild shirt, don't laugh at this. Mm-hmm. I'll go with a little more basic tee.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same with names. If you got a last name like Slocum, maybe name him John. Aurelian Slocum. You know, Kennedy allows for a little more creativity.
Yeah.
But if your last name's like Vonsenslager, don't name your kid Aurelian Cillian, because now you're a cyborg.
Oh.
So, well,
it's a good thought,
cyborg.
Though.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what we're moving towards. That's what we're moving towards. So, you know, in the future.
No. Okay, we have another one. Baby's here. Cute baby picture. Jersey Jean Nafziger. See, that's white people. They like to do the creative meaning, and they love nouns. Jersey Jean, and their last name's Nafziger.
I mean, but
Nafziger.
I mean, you can't help what your last name is. I really lucked out.
I agree.
Here,
you did. That's true.
Do you
Do you know of any friends of yours who married into a name that's like, oh my, that's brutal?
I can't think of any. They're all pretty normal.
Oh.
I get a lot of compliments on my name, though.
Your new name, Katie Kennedy?
Everyone's like, it's so cute. That's pretty cute.
I mean, yeah, you said that. That was like the first time we discussed, like, the time when I proposed to you. Like the actual proposal, when I literally like asked you to marry me, and you're like, yes. And then like, okay, see you in 6 months when I plan it. That's what we do now.
Well,
which I was happy to do.
Yes, and you did it very well, by the way. Thank you. Very, very well.
I will do it, but yeah. But the time I actually proposed to you, and literally one of the first things you said was, I mean, Katie Kennedy's pretty
cute. Like, I've never even thought of like what any girl, like if you start dating someone.
Really?
Not at least for me, it wasn't at the very beginning, but at some point you think that, like, oh, that would be my name. Do I like it? Do I have a choice? You know.
Do girls think that's like a sign? Maybe. Katie Kennedy's perfect. Or if they're like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to be Katie Pitts.
I mean,
because your middle name's Stinky.
Oh, really?
No.
That's going to be our daughter's middle name, Stinky.
I think that'd be funny. Katie Stinky the second. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
We should, why not? Hey, equal rights, equal gender equality. Let's start women as a second. Katie Jr. as a woman. Has anyone ever done that? Ever heard of that? Wow. Forward thinking.
Or what if we name our first daughter Thomas Nolan Kennedy?
Okay.
And call her Tommy. That's so cute.
Girl's name Tommy? I think Gretel still. Tommy's not getting a lot of doubles.
Oh.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Trey, I love the podcast. Thank you for posted an Instagram acquaintance of mine had a niece named Truly Joyful Macargue. Okay, tell me how you pronounce this last name. Mchargue. Micargue. That should be your last name.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding. That was too easy. Truly Joyful Micargue. That one I could level with a little more. Maybe you're like, our last name's Micargue, so we'll hit you with like, we're truly joyful though. Okay. Very nice Micargue.
But
is the little sister.
Do you think that she is going to be truly joyful?
No, not with that name.
I mean,
they need to do a documentary. That could be a new funny video. Documentary in 2030. We interviewed these poor souls, truly joyful Jersey Jean and Aurelian Cillian Slocum, about how difficult their lives have been. They have to spell it 10 times a day. They have to re-say it 5 times a day. They don't even go to Starbucks anymore.
What do you think of when someone says truly?
I've heard Starbucks has a hiring problem because we can't even, these names, you have to hire people from MIT now to work at Starbucks. What do I think of Truly?
Yeah.
I love Trulies. That's what I think. It's like the name of a kid White Claw. Because Truly is the drink of the future.
Yeah.
So they didn't think of that. It's like naming your kid Marlboro in the 30s.
It's kind of a cool name.
That could come back around. Marl. You can call me Marl.
Marl.
Marl for short.
Marl Kennedy.
Marl. Sounds
like Merle.
Woo! We're having fun on Correct Opinions podcast. Hi, Trey. I've binged your podcast over the past couple of weeks and love it so much. Thank you, Rachel. She said it was kind of tough listening to the pre-virus episodes in the midst of COVID. Wow, that's probably true. I was probably talking about all these happy times. I went to this party and this vacation. She saw on Instagram someone named their boy Timber. Middle name Ronan. Last name Wolf. So their name is Timber Wolf.
Timber Wolf is coming to get you.
Timber Wolf. So you're okay with that one?
Just in general, Timber it's not normal, but it's not like hard to pronounce or anything, you know?
But we don't know their story. Maybe they have a great grandma who
died
in a logging accident, and we just don't know everyone's story.
Exactly.
Let's wrap up this segment because you're kind of ruining it.
Oh, I'm making it better.
What about Arwen?
E-R?
A-R-W-E-N. Arwen Hope.
Isn't that the name of like a
American Girl doll?
of like a
Did you have American Girl dolls?
Air One. There's like a really fancy grocery / eating place in LA called Air One.
Oh.
And that's what it sounds like.
Oh wow.
Air One.
Wait, what did I just ask you?
The Air One.
No, I said
R1.
You said it sounds like American Girl doll. I said, did you have those?
I had 2. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my sister was really into those. I remember I used to just like hide them and mess with them and ruin them.
Oh, those were expensive.
Well,
you should not have.
I was a little demon.
I think my mom probably saved mine for our future daughters.
That's weird. Are you gonna want to do that?
Pass down I don't say dolls?
Nothing has sentimental value to me. It's useful or it's trash.
That is very true. He throws away things like he doesn't even look. He just throws things away.
Like if a bag of Lay's is like, I can't get this open, I'll just throw it away.
He threw away my sunglasses.
That's an exaggeration, but
because
I did. Oh no, I did.
He threw away. They were in the case in his car, and he was cleaning out his car, and just because he thought there was nothing in it, he didn't look. He just threw it away.
Just threw it away. And then late that night, you go, "Have you seen my sunglasses?" I was like, "I think I left them in your car." And I kind of thought about it, and then I remembered me chunking a case that I was just positive was empty for some reason. And I was like, Yeah, those are gone. Sorry to get you some new ones. But yeah, I feel like you're gonna. I don't know. You're not too bad about that. Like my mom scrapbooked every moment of my life.
I hope she does that for our kids.
She gladly would.
Because I will probably not do that. And
like she's like, oh, Trey potty trained today. It's like a scrap. Like I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I bet there's a page in the scrapbook. It's like Trey finally went number 2 by himself, and it's like a piece of the used toilet paper in the scrapbook.
Okay.
She told me that once.
Okay.
I'm kidding, but
they are very impressive books.
It's very impressive, and I can be like, hey mom, what'd I do recently? Oh, it was for a little skit where it was like, oh, it was the basketball video. I'm like, basketball is my favorite sport, even though I've always been white and short. And it was like a little 5-year-old photo of me with a basketball. And I remember texting her, I was like, we're editing it. I said, Mom, I need a photo of me from like Little League basketball. And 3 hours later, she's like, here.
Very impressive.
Yeah. You're not going to do that at all.
So, but she's so good at it. Why?
We have, which is a good thing, because it's not like any guys fired up to take pictures, but we have maybe 9 pictures from our whole relationship.
We are really bad at taking pictures.
So this will be good.
You know.
You what? Yeah, maybe that's like a secret 10-year anniversary. She'll like, I've compiled a whole folder of your memories.
That'd be nice.
That would be. We're going to do a dramatic reading now. Have you heard this segment I've done? It's a new one. Just be honest.
Not sure if I have.
But you'll appreciate it, because I know this is one of your complaints when people post like a novel of a caption. You've never read it.
I don't read them.
You've never read one. You're like,
sometimes I really, really try. I'm like, you know what, this probably is, because to be honest,
but
a lot of them.
Know. I mean, sometimes people have really great things to say about
yes, it could be very wise or really helpful,
well,
but it's just not what I'm trying to do on Instagram. Right. You know.
Well, this is the dramatic reading segment where people send in way too long captions, and we read them. I think is what these people want them to be read, like attention and with drama. So this is a nice entrance from somebody. Thank you. This is on Instagram. If you see the photo.
Yes, I
do.
It
is a photo of a couple laying in a hammock, but just their feet. It's like this, which is never what I will really want to see on my feed, is 4 feet. It's very strange to post your feet. I've made a point not to post my feet, because I've done once or twice in my online career, and like
foot fetish people.
Feet people.
Yep.
They hunt those down, man.
Yep.
Those little piggies are cut.
Yep. I've foot modeled before.
They're going in a dungeon, because these people want those little piggies. So I make a point not to show them. So anyways, this girl has the first stages of a bunion too. I might have to comment on here. And
same, man.
Okay. Don't reveal too much. Here it is. Dramatic reading. Please enjoy. Self-employment. We hear that word a lot, but what does it mean? What does it look like? New paragraph. To Shane and I, grammatical error, it should be to Shane and me. Self-employed. To Shane and I, self-employment these days means taking time in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, to swing in the hammock and swim in the pool. It means no more alarm clocks unless we want them. It means we work as much or as little each day as we want to. It means never missing a special moment with our kiddos, because we can schedule our work hours around them. Where the kiddos during hammock time, I think they're just like underneath them. Shut up, kids. We're taking an Instagram.
Yeah, taking a nap on them. This is nap time. Hammock time, nap time.
No. It means traveling across the country to show our kiddos the Grand Canyon, the Ark. What? It's like Noah's Ark?
Maybe.
That's a new museum or something.
That is an attraction.
That is the Grand Canyon, the Ark, Monticello, NYC, Disney World, Lake Tahoe, Legoland, redwood trees, all sorts of Legoland and redwood trees. That's the dream. Mount St. Helens, the Rocky Mountains, and hopefully many more. What does self-employment mean? It means we don't work at all and just go everywhere in the world and brag about it.
That sounds amazing.
Okay, stop. But it hasn't always been that way. I think we need a mood change. This is a new paragraph. It hasn't always been that way.
Okay.
This is self-employment. That's so annoying. The Ark, Legoland, and Redwood trees.
It's on my bucket list.
Stop. Go hang out with foot and feet over here. But it hasn't always been that way. 13 years ago, when Shane started his insurance business and I started our nutrition business, self-employment meant H-U-S-T-L-E.
Hustle.
For Shane, it meant working as a nurse at the hospital on the weekends, and then working 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. selling insurance. 1 hour work weeks. For real. For me, it meant taking care of our babies, homeschooling, making meals, cleaning the house. I'm listing things every mom in America does, and using any extra time I could find to build my business. We hustled. We knew that eventually the residual income from our businesses would snowball and our income would begin outpacing the hours we were working. It worked. Today our life looks much different than it did 13 years ago. But it took years of consistent hustle to have freedom. Parentheses. We still hustle. We always will. It's in our DNA. That's what these dramatic readings, you guys know. The parentheses... The parentheses, would you agree with this? Anytime you see a caption like this, the parentheses is less... Parentheses are meant to serve in grammar as like a kind of a side note that's not that important, but we want you to know.
Yeah.
This should be italicized. Like, by the way, here's this whole thing how we're like not hustling, but by the way, like we still definitely are. Like, don't get us wrong. It's like who we are. It's in our DNA. It goes on to a new paragraph. That's even scarier. I think we need...
Oh.
I think we need something new.
Scarier. It gets worse.
Self-employment can also mean losing a business.
You really have this is riveting.
Please don't interrupt the dramatic reading. Self-employment can also mean losing a business. That happened too. So then what? We begin again. Since losing that business, Shane has been expanding his insurance business. We've begun 3 more businesses, and we're looking to start more!
Wow.
We are huge believers in multiple streams of income. We are entrepreneurs. We are dreamers, and we are hustlers. You already said that. If you're reading this and have big dreams about being self-employed, I encourage you to go for it. You can do it. If you have any questions or want to know more about being self-employed, please reach out. And you know the big twist at the end of all this? What is that last... What are those... What do those last few sentences lead you to believe, Katie? If you have any questions or want to know more about being self-employed...
It's a pyramid scheme!
It is! It is! It is! It really is.
I knew it the whole time.
No, she's calling self-employed a pyramid. You're not self-employed. You're fully working for a different company. Anyways, that was an all-timer. It's kind of like
very inspiring.
If you ever say you're something in life, you're automatically not that thing. I'm really someone who doesn't need a lot of sleep.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, he does.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler in my DNA. Hustle, hustle. This is a whole caption about how we love to lay around in the hammock, but we are hustlers. But wait, we're hustling.
Do you call yourself a comedian? Do you have to tell people you're a comedian?
No.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm actually probably more the other way, where I'm like, hey, I'm a piece of crap.
Oh. Do we need to...
I'm kidding.
Really boost your confidence here.
No, mainly, like, if you're... These people who tell everyone they're hustlers, like... I can't comprehend the lack of awareness to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I have so many... Everyone listening, that's what's crazy. Everyone listening to this right now
is working very hard.
No.
Oh.
Stop. You're doing the weird empathetic thing again.
Oh. I was just saying that what they're doing is not different than what most everyone is doing.
Well, true.
Everyone is working really hard. And
exactly. Like she just listed, basically they've, I guess, gotten to a point where they can do it, they don't have to work that much, which, whatever. But at the beginning, she was basically saying their life was so hard because she listed off stuff that every mom in America does. At the beginning, I had to work and raise kids and clean the house and cook dinner.
Shout out to the working moms.
I guess
to all the
Kim
moms.
Kardashian would feel bad for you. So you have that going for you. But that's what I'm saying. Every single person listening to this is enjoying making fun of this caption. When she typed and put this out, she didn't think that thousands of people would. It's just funny that the whole thing. Yeah. I guess at the end was the plug. Like, if you want to be self-employed, reach out. So I guess if you're the sucker who would read this whole thing.
Yes.
Unironically.
I mean, that would make sense.
Maybe you could be suckered in.
If you read the whole thing, then you are the person who would be
these
suckered
people are like,
in.
Starting several businesses. What I get frustrated when people say, like, I've never, unless it's close friends, we're talking about something that makes sense. I've never run around saying, I run several companies. That's not true. That's what people in my position or their position would say. She says we run several companies, but she's really just like selling several different products under one company. I bet. Because some people I know, like influencers, will sell t-shirts and they're like, I'm CEO of a merch brand. It's like, you just sell t-shirts. Yeah. And it's all the same business. It's all you trying to make money.
Yeah.
I don't have a shirt company. It's just me.
Yeah.
All this is me.
Yeah, like the biggest artists and stuff, like people who are selling, they don't say they have like a different business that is their same brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good one. That was another dramatic reading. Hope you enjoyed it. This is episode 50. We're cruising.
You're really good at those, by the way.
Thank you. I should have done theater. Do you think I should have done theater? Would you?
Yes. I think that you are going to.
Thank you. You know what? I've never told anyone.
What?
Except you right now and the good people of Correct Opinions. I think a weird kind of, I would never like pursue it, but if it came to me, I'd be really, really excited about it and honored. But being the star of a Broadway show.
Oh.
I think I could, well, let me preface this by saying I have no idea and I probably can't, but some part of me, I just heard about another comedian I like who is kind of musical, and I heard he got offered a Broadway spot. And I was like, could that ever, I think it'd be kind of.
What is enticing about it to you?
I think it's just a cool, like, it's still very, it's, it has some overlap from what I'm doing, but obviously it's very different. I think it'd be a cool thing to say you did and like a different experience. It's truly the thing, like when I was 12 and my parents drugged me to a Broadway show because like that, it's a Broadway show. Who doesn't want to go to that? I remember being like, this is so dumb. This is stupid. Can I leave it intermission? And then to want to be on it, it'd just be a crazy story. Cause that's kind of my whole life is like everything I'm doing. Little me was like, that's dumb.
Oh.
So, but it's just cause of, I think it's a lot of my generation too. You grew up tough guy, sports, don't cry. And now I'm like, I love you, my wife, and I love to perform.
I mean, it pays the bills. So.
Isn't that what you've always wanted? I popped in like last week. I was like, Katie, which is better? Which outfit's better for me to look like a woman? Do you have any extra clothes that'll fit a little big?
That was a very weird moment, and I don't.
Thank you.
I didn't. I didn't love it, but I get it.
Oh, thank you. I know you're proud of me.
I'm very proud of you, and you are manly. Just to clarify. Just to clarify for everyone out there.
Oh wow, hidden insecurity. So your husband's that. Oh my gosh, I love him. I follow him. Oh gosh, I love him. He's that really effeminate comedian, right? Love it.
Oh, that actually is one of my favorite things is when people who I'm telling about you, go to look at your thing, and the first videos they watch are you as the girl character.
Cross-dressing, yeah.
And then they're definitely like kind of looking at me like I'm not sure. they're like, does she know?
Honey. I mean, that conversation's happening a lot behind your back. You should probably know that.
Yeah.
When I announced you, half the comments were, thought he was gay.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm secure. I'm very secure.
My future Broadway spot will really help.
That will super help that. Yeah.
There's no gay people on Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what spurred that.
I thought you were going to say acting, honestly.
No.
But you'd be really good at that. That's what you do.
I really don't. That's not that fun. I've had very few experiences with that. I think I don't know.
Like acting in something fun. Like acting in a fun, comedy.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I like acting.
Yeah.
You're the boss.
You better listen to me.
I don't know. I guess I just say I don't. I love to be in control of the, what's happening. I'd like to, write have my own ideas. So, I did an acting thing recently. To be fair, it was a branded thing, so that I can't imagine anyone's having a blast making insurance commercials, but they pay the bills. But I think the right thing could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
Some fun comedic thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not pursuing that by any means.
Right.
But someone was like, hey, Trey, Will Ferrell wants you to do a movie with him. I'd be like, okay, that's pretty fun.
I would force you.
Yeah. But that would never happen. So that's fine. Yeah. I don't, what do you, we're in a big, I need to tell y'all, we lost a tough kickball league. Katie's in the kickball team.
I am.
You had a tough season.
Yeah.
Last season, you crushed it. I just don't feel like you were there mentally this year.
I wasn't. Yeah. Well, I played really good one game. Because
you actually tried.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm usually really competitive with
You'd rather just get the guac before or after?
Not really. I like the athletic aspect of it. It's just that I don't know baseball, so I really struggle.
Yeah.
If you
trying
can't
to play sport, the rules too.
It's
probably
hard. Yeah. But I'm learning.
One of my favorite stories is the very first time you play kickball, and I think I apologize if I told this story, but it's you have to tag up, right? You've learned that. And of course, that's a certain rule that you don't. I mean, if you don't know the rules, you don't know that rule. And so a lot of people, especially girls, because they're not watching baseball or paying attention to it. And so I'm like, okay, if it pops up and they catch it, you have to stay on that base. And I was really trying to explain it. You're do you got that? And you're like, I'm not dumb.
I don't like being told what to do.
And then you went out there and it popped up and you just, woo! Just ran to that space.
Went for it.
Double play. I was like, oh. That was the first time I experienced being really frustrated with the person you would love. Oh, she can disappoint me.
Yeah, he claims that was the maddest he got at me ever. Is that still the maddest you've ever gotten him?
This last kickball match, is that the maddest I've ever been at you?
Yeah.
No. I wasn't actually that mad at you. I was just kind of oh.
Oh.
But this last week, there's almost a fight on the kickball field.
I hated that.
Yeah, she was like, Trey, please don't. Which, I guess that goes to show you guys, I think I'm a little manly. I mean, I have never been in a fight in my life or anywhere close to it. I've been in a scenario where it was a bit of a fight or flight, and I'm a flight guy.
Well, I'm
not even that.
I mean,
flights make me nervous too. But anyways, there's a little bit of a altercation over on third base. A guy went after one of our teammates. And I was like, that's playoff kickball. We know that.
But he was already mad at you, so I thought he's going to come after him.
I did trip on when he ran.
Exactly.
But he hit me first. It was a thing.
Yes. So I thought he was going to come after you, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no. I usually play. My competitiveness is kind of like a bell curve right now, or an upside down bell curve. Way too competitive my whole life. When I was 10, I would lose and cry, and they're like, okay, you're a psychopath. And then I was like, I became a bit of an adult, and I realized this does not matter at all. And so I didn't care about these rec sports. They're just fun. But I think 2020, it's all I have. It was basically you and kickball. So I was really disappointed. You're making it sound crazy. It was just kind of like a competitive. Oh.
So I mean,
I never did anything to embarrass you.
No, but you are pretty competitive. He's not afraid of like calling out people for their mistakes on the team.
That's a whole podcast. I will say, I'll give you a little insight on Trey being his wife.
He has opinions. He's
not afraid to voice his opinion. He's not. I don't know. So there's some great insight. We'll end on that. Katie, thanks for joining for episode 50. I hope everyone enjoys it.
Thanks, everyone.
At the very least, my mom was very excited for this episode.
That's good.
Yes, and I think I saw a few comments. So
that's good. Well, thanks for having me.
How was it? Your first ever podcast?
I thought I was really good at it.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm going to start a podcast, guys.
Okay, no, that was not the point of this.
Okay, guys, ready?
What's it called?
Just give me a few
weeks.
What
would it be called? Kicking it with KK?
The
Newlywed Pod.
Katie's correct opinions.
Katie's correct opinion.
Yep, it's going to trump yours.
Katie's better opinions. I do want to actually talk about one more thing. These people who get married and then start a blog on like marital advice. I will never get.
You don't think we have advice for everyone?
No. Until once we hit like year 10, I might start advising people. That's ridiculous.
But we've been married for.
There's so many people when we first started married who were like
3 months. 3 months in like a day at this point. Happy 3 months.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Can I continue? People like, how many people would be like, wow, you're gonna love marriage. Like, it definitely has its trials and its ups and downs, and it like changes you, but it's so happy. It's life with your best friend. I'm like, okay, you've been married to Aaron for 9 months. Can you get out of my face? How many times that happened to us? So many. Or the notes. So excited for your wedding. Like, welcome to the club, basically. It's like, well, you finally made it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy you finally got married. I looked down on you for the past couple of years a little bit. Just a little bit. I paired you cross-dressing online for a living with like immaturity, and that's why he's not married. But now you are in, and I love it. That's the exact translation.
I'm glad that I could raise everyone's opinion of you.
Thank you. That is correct. All right. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, everyone, so much. 50 episodes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. We're back next week. We're going to keep it rolling about at a year of correct opinions. So share it with people. Give us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think. Follow the Instagram. Follow Trey Kennedy Studios on YouTube. And do less, God bless. Tell the people to do less, God bless. Do you like that term?
Yeah. Look, I even got the phone case.
Oh, yeah.
Do less, God bless.
Okay, bye, everyone. Peace. Correct opinions. Correct opinions. Correct opinions. Everything I say is the correct.